fate of the universe lies on your shoulders. Now, whatever you do, don't push this button. Because that will set off the bomb immediately, and we'll all be dead. Now, repeat back what I just said.
Hey everybody, this is author Jeff Bowles coming at you with the first movie review that we're ever going to do, which is kind of special and exciting for me, maybe not for you. This is Jeff Bowles Central, the only place on YouTube, on the internet, to get all your Jeff Bowles stuff, your entertainment, your video games, whatever you want it to be, you know? And so we're going to do a movie review, but do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my channel, buy one of my books on Amazon.com there. I got a new one, Fear and Loathing in Las Cruces, Other Short Stories. Go on there, check it out. So today we're going to review Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which I was very excited to see an advanced screening of. It doesn't actually come out until May 5th here in the United States. It's already out across the world elsewhere, but here it's May 5th, and so we're going to review it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, here we go. I really enjoyed it. It's not, to me, as good as Guardians 1. It's not, to me, as good as some of the other entries in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but that's kind of to be expected. Not everything is going to be as good as, whatever, Guardians 1, Avengers 1. What else came out that was really, really good? Doctor Strange. It doesn't have all the explosive action. It's not as big. It's a lot more self-contained, and it kind of revolves around Star-Lord and his father, Ego, who we kind of were teased with in the last film.
And who the hell are you? I figured my rugged good looks would make that obvious. My name is Ego, and I'm your dad, Peter.
We get more of who Star-Lord is, you know, because he never met his father. We get a lot of Kurt Russell as his father, Ego, which is a lot of fun. He's great in it. We get Baby Groot. Everybody was really excited for Baby Groot, and Baby Groot is hilarious, especially in the opening scene where he kind of jacks in and puts on some classic rock. Even the soundtrack is a little more lackluster this time. Some characters get a lot more to do, others don't. Even though we're kind of dealing with Star-Lord's parentage, I feel like Chris Pratt, Peter Quill, right? He's got less to do in this one, and there's kind of less range for him to take advantage of. Gamora, similarly, although we have a little bit of Gamora and Nebula. It's again about family, which Guardians of the Galaxy kind of always was. But it's not as big. It doesn't involve as many principal characters, which is drawback. I don't know. To me, it's a bit of a drawback, because I liked how big Guardians was. And, you know, it's more intimate, it's smaller, there's not as much action, there's not as much to keep my interest. Not that I was bored, but I didn't have everything in it that Guardians 1 that made it such a special experience. And maybe that's what it is. We're all going into this kind of knowing who the Guardians are, knowing their story, where they've been, and maybe it's hard to meet that bar. You know, there's a ton of comedy. It's really funny, and if not for the action, I think it maybe would be less of an engaging film. Or sorry, not for the comedy, it'd be less of an engaging film. Like I said, Baby Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Drax, everybody's back. So, in my opinion, it's not as good as Guardians of the Galaxy. If you gave Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, right, a 9 out of 10, this thing you'd have to give like a 7 or maybe an 8. In the great Marvel MCU canon, it's kind of an average film, though there's definitely a lot worse, because I just did a Marvel movie marathon, and some of those early films are a little... Captain America, First Avenger, the first Thor movie, some of those movies are a little wonky. They're not as great as the later entries were. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2, the movie, the film, doesn't come out for 2 days. It gets a 7 out of 10 for me. And that's where we're going to leave it. So, do me a favor. Like I said, like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Get on Amazon.com. Buy one of my books. Fear and Loathing in Las Cruces. It just came out. Do it for me, okay? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Good movie. Definitely worth your time. If you're a Marvel fan, it's certainly worth your time. But if not, I don't know. Maybe you could skip this one. It's not the greatest Marvel movie. It's a little bit of a letdown, but only a little bit. Only a little bit. So, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
You're not friends.
No, we're family.